everyone. Now it is time for our exhibitor hall. We are proud to welcome Ian from Prism Support Services and Barbara Coppins with Disability Rights in New Jersey. Exhibitor hall is an opportunity to learn more about these organizations and the work they are doing to support people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
We're really excited to learn about Prism Support Services. So I will turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Ashley. Thank you everyone for joining us. My name is Ian Griffiths and I am the Executive Director and the Support Coordinator Supervisor for Prism Support Services. We are a support coordination agency and we provide services throughout New Jersey. We cover almost the entire New Jersey except for the three counties all the way at the bottom of New Jersey. So I'm sure we don't have any individuals who are here. So I just want to talk a little bit about what support coordination is, and feel free if you have any questions, feel free to unmute and ask them as we go along. I'll also be working with my website as well as a reference. So if you have any, if you want to go back online and you can find us, look further into us. This is our website. It's prismsupportservices.com. So it's our name, prismsupportservices.com. And we have a lot of information about support coordination. Again, we provide support coordination all throughout New Jersey. We service over 300 clients throughout the state. So we have been doing support coordination for a while. On our Who We Are page, it talks a little bit about us and how we do what we do. Support coordinators are all individuals who are college educated, and they work towards connecting individuals who are enrolled with DDD to access services. It is our goal to make sure that we can empower our clients and our families to make appropriate decisions when receiving services. A little bit about our process. So typically when you work with a support coordination agency, we want to get a chance to know you. And the process starts in terms of understanding what your needs are, what your likes are, what your goals are. And then we would work with you in terms of recommending and connecting you with appropriate services in the community. So it is our goal. We make our goals, we make your goals our mission for your services. So if somebody's interested in going to a day program or they want to do some classes to learn skills, it is our goal to make that, it is our mission to make that your goal and to be able to connect you with services there. Another part of our website, DDD Eligibility. This is a very helpful tab, and it talks about, for people who are not currently enrolled with DDD, what are the requirements for you to be able to access services through DDD? And typically there's an application process. You start accessing your services at age 21. So anybody who is 21 and over, you have access to DDD and to the funding that's provided. I'm just going to go a little bit over our page here, and it talks about adults who are 21 and older. You need to be living in New Jersey, and you also need to have a developmental disability that has been diagnosed prior to age 21. To be Medicaid eligible, which means that you have applied for Medicaid and they have approved you for Medicaid, and you also need to be a resident services. There is a DDD application, eligibility application, and it's on the DDD website, and it's also linked here to our website. Also links you to those services as well, those applications. So if you need help to find the applications, you just click on these links and it will take you right to the DDD website for the application to complete. You can actually start the process at age 18. If you're currently not ready, not at 21, but you have graduated from high school, at 18, you can actually start your application. And at 21 is when you actually start and receiving services. During the application process, you have to complete what we call a New Jersey Comprehensive Assessment Tool. And this tool is used to assess the individual's cognitive abilities, their self-care, independent living skills, their verbal communication, mobility and physical capabilities, social and emotional functioning. And why is the NJCAT important? The NJCAT is actually a document that is used by DDD. It's called the New Jersey Comprehensive Assessment Tool to assess a person's, what are their needs on a daily basis. And based on the needs, it also generates the funding that an individual will need to be able to support themselves throughout the year. So the NJCAT is a very important document that if you haven't done it before, at some point during your application process, you will become familiar with it. And it's important that when you complete the NJCAT, you complete it as if, what is the worst day of the individual, or what is your worst day looking like as you complete the NJCAT. Some of on my website, it talks a little bit about some of the questions that they ask you. Are you able to read? Are you able to understand letters and numbers? Are you able to take care of yourself personally? Like, are you able to cook? Are you able to get yourself dressed in the morning? Basic questions like those, the NJCAT goes over just to kind of assess the level of supports that you need, in the coming, and that would, from there, generate what we call a tier or a budget, and that's the funding. So is everybody able to see my website? Are you able to see? Are you able to see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great. So the NJCAT tier assignment, it's based on a letter tier, and it goes typically from tier A to tier E. And this is an idea of what the individual budgets will look like for an individual once they come over to DDD. Now, the budget is actual funds that are available to the individual, and you access these funds through your support coordination agency. So they're actual dollars, and you access them through your support coordination agency. Now, as an agency, it is our responsibility to connect you to services in the community, and also make sure that the vendors, the individuals who are providing the services, that they also get paid on your behalf. So that is why your support coordinator or your support coordination agency, their role is so integral in the process of connecting you to services. So it says this is an idea of the individual budgets. And there are two separate types of programs. There is the DDD, the supports program, and then there is the community care program. And I'll go into more detail about what the differences are. But typically when somebody comes into DDD for the first time, like a new graduate, you're 21 and you're just enrolled in DDD, you come over into what they call the supports program. And you would have completed your Medicaid application, you'd have been qualified for Medicaid, you would have been qualified through DDD, your disability, and you would also have been qualified by completing your NJCAT, your assessment. Now, once the assessment is completed, it's going to generate a score, and you're going to have a tier anywhere between A and EA. So let me just say, for example, somebody's a tier B. Now, this person will be awarded a total of $30,799. And these funds are available for employment supports or individual and family supports. And one might ask the question, why do we have two separate sections? DDD has broken up your funding to support you during the daytime for services. And typical daytime services would be like a day habilitation program, or maybe employment services, or and your individual or family supports is what you typically would use at home. So outside of when you come home, you may need support at home by a DSP, a direct support professional working with you at home to help you. You may need some support on the weekends as well when you're home. So the budget is broken up in such a way that it allows you to utilize various services, and that money comes from different pots, if you wanted to use it that way, say it that way. This money is always available. It's always available. It comes back every year. So as you use your funds, for the year, and it doesn't mean calendar year from January to January. It could be from March of this year to March of next year. Every year this money comes back and it renews. And the good thing about it is DDD has been increasing the funding gradually as well to support the DSPs who are currently working. And as many of you may know, the minimum wage is going up gradually every year in New Jersey. So DDD has been increasing the budgets to support individuals who are providing services. So again, this money is available to you, and it can be used for many different services. You can use it for day programs. You can use it for recreational programs as well. Some of the service providers are like the YMCA, YWCA, gym programs, classes. We have individuals who are currently doing non-credit college classes at community colleges. We also have, and also some universities as well. And we have some people who are utilizing it for day program services or in-home supports because the family may need extra help, while at home. The next part of the program is what they call the community care budget. And this is much similar to the supports budget that we spoke about earlier. The only difference with this is for the community care, you have to meet a higher level of need for the community care. And this typically would support individuals who may eventually want to transition to a group home where they have 24-hour staffing for that. So you still have your individual who is employment day supports, you have your family supports, but you also get individual supports, which supports you if you are if you're going to be moving to a group home for group home services. These funds can also support an individual at home as well, if they choose not to use it in a group home setting, but they need additional funding because their needs are significant, and so they may need additional funding at home for a DSP for services. I'm not going to say, well, not 24-hour care service, but a significant amount of services by a support professional. So so that's the difference between the community care and the supports program. Once you are qualified for DDD services, you are assigned to a support coordination agency, and it's once you come to the agency that you actually can access your services. Typically, once you come over to us as an individual, as you're assigned, we would reach out to you. We would we would get your electronic documentation from DDD. We would reach out to you to let you know you're assigned to our agency. You can choose us if you want, or if you want, DDD can assign, will assign you randomly to an agency. And from there, we would complete what we call the New Jersey individual ISP, which is the individualized service plan. And that is your service plan that we go through and we put it together based on your questions and answers from the New Jersey Comprehensive Assessment Tool. And also just from talking to you, that document is put together, and it's a legal document, and it is used to support you wherever you go. So whenever you are, if you're going to be working with a provider, a day program provider, one of the first documents they ask for is, can I see your NJCAT, your NJISP, your service plan, because this will give them an idea of who you are, what your support needs are, and how can we support you in achieving your goals. So your NJISP is a very important document that that will be used to connect you with services. These are, again, some of the services that are available: assistive technology, behavioral supports, community-based supports, community inclusion, rehabilitation, occupational therapy, personal pre-vocational training, respite, supported employment, transportation, and this category is goods and services, which is a miscellaneous type of service. I just want to give you a quick idea, and again, all this information is on our website. This gives you an idea of how an individual's budget is utilized. So we have some samples here of individuals. This is Noah is enrolled in the supports program. He is a tier A, and his total budget is $19,546. Now, this is his budget, and these are some of the services here he's utilizing with his budget. So Noah is currently going to a day program, and this is the cost of his day program. And these costs are typically for a year. He's also attending pre-vocational training as well, and this is the cost of his services. He's also utilizing some community inclusion services, and he also goes to like a day or overnight camp once in a while. So day hab is typically, what we would use for a full year, and then some of the other services, they can be utilized at any time throughout the year. So Noah is using these services, and this is within his budget. Now, if you don't actually use all your funding for your budget, you don't need to worry. Every year this money comes back. So we often get times from individuals, if we don't use the money, if we only use half, will we lose it? No, the entire budget will come back every year. And it's not based on whether or not you use it. Well, you need to use it, but it's not based on whether or not you have utilized the full budget each year. Another example here is Angie's enrolled in the supports program. She's a tier C, and she is allocated $32,920. She's using her goods and services. She's doing some college courses. In order for her at college, she needed a laptop, and so she was able to utilize her budget for the laptop. She also uses transportation to get to and from school, and some transportation can involve a specific DDD provider for transportation, or we can utilize Uber or one of the more traditional, everyday transportation services. So through the transportation, if you can use Uber independently, that can be accessed through your budget as well. Angela is also utilizing community-based supports to increase her social skills in the community. All right, and the final example that we have here is Maria. She's enrolled in the community care program. She is a tier DA, and her total budget is $326,000. She is currently in a group home, and she's utilizing individual supports, and that pays for her group home services. She's also going to a day program, and she's using occupational therapy as well. So again, this just gives you different ideas of how the budgets can be utilized and how individuals, you can mix and match your services. All these services have to tie to your goals. So it can't just be random services. We have to see, it has to be stated in the ISP of some of your goals. What are some of the things you want to accomplish? and based on those goals and aspirations, the services are connected based on that. So so this is very it's on our website, and again, and if you need to look back at it, you can definitely, it's definitely here for you. Just a little bit about some resources as well. On our website, we have some useful links that connects you to DDD as well. Information about the community care program, the supports program. There's a policy manual as well that's very comprehensive, that goes over in detail, what the supports program is and how it works. These are some other resources as well, legal, as well as information on Medicaid and so forth. I just wanted to quickly go over all frequently asked questions, because this is always, something that families want to be aware of. So how many people would my support coordinator work with? So a support coordinator services typically no more than 30 clients. A lot of times they service a lot less than 30 clients. Because again, it depends on each support coordinator, depends on the needs of each client. And so, our support coordinators, their caseload, it's always monitored and managed to ensure that they are able to so effectively support the clients that they service. How long will I work with the same support coordinator? So once you're assigned to a support coordinator, that is your support coordinator for life, to use that term. Unless you need to, unless you want to change, we can always assign a different support coordinator, but we don't move people around, because this is all about relationships. And so once you get to build that relationship and trust with your support coordinator, as long as you're happy with the support coordinator, that individual will be working with you on an ongoing basis. How will you know which support coordinator will be right for me? As we know, this is all about relationships. And so we try to ensure that we match individuals with the appropriate support coordinator. Maybe you have similar interests, you have similar outlooks and goals. So we try to connect support coordinators with each individual. If for some reason you find that you would want a change, we have a diverse group of support coordinators, and so you'll always have an opportunity to change support coordinators if you would like. Yes.
Hi. So we're going to be switching the people in the rooms in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll have a whole new group of people in here.
Okay, good. How long have we been providing services? We have been providing services for almost 20 years in New Jersey. We were providing services as a healthcare service firm, servicing individuals with disabilities and seniors. And then when support coordination started, we also started to do that. We are available, our agency response to issues. We are always available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, if you have to reach out to us, your support coordinator, they are always available. And if they're not available, I'm always available as a supervisor. And let me see, our support coordinators are all college level individuals. They have all had different backgrounds, some have worked directly in DDD, some have worked in the school system, some have worked in the employment system for individuals with disabilities. So our support coordinators all have a varied variety of experiences that can support you. And they are also a resource within our own agency as well. So, so we utilize our support coordinators, their experiences and their backgrounds to support each individual. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions or?
No questions, Ian, but this is Evelyn, but I do live in a group home, so I have a support coordinator.
Okay, good, wonderful. Well, that's great, and I'm sure you're familiar with the process. So I'm happy to hear that, Evelyn. Yes.
Thank you for everything.
Sure, and thank you too. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Ian, I think Alice has a question. Alice, if you want to unmute. It should be a button that pops up that says the host would like you to unmute. And then you just hit the unmute button. There
Okay.
you go.
Yes,
Alice,
my question is,
Yes.
if you're living in a group home and you have a person that's living with you that's always beating, like hitting you and mocking you, and
Mhm.
how do you handle that?
Right. Well, your support coordinator is a person who should be able to assist you with that. You know, you want to always talk to your support coordinator to ensure that they know what's happening with you on an ongoing basis. And if there are concerns, then what I would recommend, highly recommend, is reaching out to your support coordinator. Let them know, you know, some of the concerns that you have, and they should then intervene or work on your behalf with your group home provider to see how they can resolve it for you. But you definitely want to make sure you let your support coordinator, they are your advocate. Your support coordinator is supposed to be your advocate. And so it's important to let them know that this is happening to you so that they can help.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So reach out to them. Thank you very much for your question, Alice.
okay. So what we're going to do, Ian, is we're actually just going to switch rooms with you
Sure.
and Barb instead of moving everybody. So
Okay.
if you just came to this room, I'm just going to move you back and then we'll switch Ian over to the other room. Ian, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Erin.